Anthony. Wagner. Wendell Carter comes in and throws it down.
Hey, what's poppin', everybody? As you can see, yesterday we did end up going 2-1, our first 2-1 slip of the year, thanks to a late Wendell Carter putback slam. Put him over that PRA just barely. He finished with 29 PRA. Of course, his line was 28 there. Bummer there. Again, a good bet decision. Just barely missed out on that one. Jalen Green went over in his points as well, and Devin Vassell went over at 17.5 points as well for his third straight 20-point game of the season. So we did go 2 for 1 yesterday. Been at it for a while, honestly, for this morning. Really went back and forth between a lot of picks. I think today is going to be one of those days where there's going to be a lot of really good under decisions. And man, I've written a lot down of guys that I really think are going to go under today. But let's get into it today because we went into it today. So let's get it. Real quick, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, in the link down in the description below, I have a link that takes you straight to the App Store where you can download Underdog Fantasy because you're going to want to hop in on the action this year. They have added a whole bunch of new features to Underdog Fantasy this year, starting with the brand new insurance feature, okay? This insurance feature is a new thing that has been super requested for the fans and the customers of Underdog Fantasy. Essentially, all you do is you click insurance right here. And if you can see right there, all you have to do is hit 4 of these picks to win, but the value does drop down. So if you turn off the insurance, you do a $10 bet, you obviously get $200. And if you turn on the insurance feature, it drops down a multiplier down to 10. But if you miss one of these picks, say, Jameis Winston gets hurt or something, he doesn't end up throwing 2 touchdown passes. But everybody else hits like Lamar, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, and Justin Jefferson. All these guys hit. You still hit the slip. You just get it for $100. Just goes down a multiplier, which is a huge feature a lot of people have been asking for, so they received it. Also, they have added second half lines now to games. Obviously, it is on. There is nothing up because there's no NFL second half games, but they have added NFL second half. So just like for the Thursday night game, I'll throw up that clip right here. Thursday night, they dropped all the second half lines for that Thursday night game between the Bills and the Rams. They've added a bunch of new features this year. They're trying to improve to get the app better for you guys. Also, when you sign up, if you use code TAKEMYSHOT, you'll get $100 match, up to $100 match and 100% deposit match on your first time deposit. So if you do that, you can deposit $50, you get an extra $50, $20, you get an extra $20. Whole lot of stuff coming in with Underdog Fantasy this year. Make sure you sign up with code TAKEMYSHOT. Now let's get to today's bets. All right, coming hot with today's lock of the day. Now I went back and forth with this guy. Coming into the day, I had a feeling he was probably going to be my favorite pick of the day. We're going to go with Christian Wood here. Now, originally I took down over on that 9.5 rebounds and assists for these reasons. In 4 games versus the New Orleans Pelicans last year, he had 10, 11, 10, and 16 rebounds and assists in his 4 games versus the Pelicans last year. So in all 4 of his games, he did hit the over in his games last year. He hit it just barely in 2 of those games, but he did hit it. This season, in his first 2 games of the season, he's got 15 points in rebounds and assists and 10 rebounds and assists. So again, hit it again both 2 times to start the season this year. And he's averaging 16.5 rebound chances a game. That's one of the best in the NBA. Also sitting right at about 10 rebounds a game as well. So he's almost hitting his rebounds and assist line just with his rebounds alone. And he's also averaging 2.5 assists to start the season with a 3.5 potential assist rate as well. So he's kind of passing the ball a little bit better than he has it in his career in the past. In his last 13 games, he's averaging 13 rebounds and assists to his last 13 games. He's hit the over in 9 out of those 13 games. So he's rebounding the ball. Obviously, he's rebounding the ball very well, and he's kind of passing the ball a little bit better too. His rebound line is set at 7.5. But I think it's worth adding the assists because he has been getting them. He's getting a potential of 3.4 or 3.5 a game. So he is getting the assists. His rebound line is set at 7. So obviously he's also hit the rebound line very recently, has hit the rebound line really well recently as well. His PRA, also not a bad idea. Scoring well over 20 points, so he's almost hitting his PRA line with just his points alone. Has Christian Wood. The only thing that I don't understand with him, he's not the starting center, okay? They start JaVale McGee at the center position, so he comes off the bench, but he plays more time than JaVale McGee does. So he really is the starter. He just doesn't come out with the starting lineup. The Pelicans are going to be down Brandon Ingram and most likely Zion tonight, so it's just going to be the CJ McCollum show. The books still have this game at just his 5.5 point spread, so not a crazy. They're not anticipating a crazy blowout. They're also anticipating a low scoring game at 218 is what the projected total is. So I think personally for me, I'm going to go over 9.5 rebounds and assists as his line tonight. But I really think you can't go wrong with Christian Wood tonight, whether you go PRA, whether you go rebounds and assists, whether you go 7.5 rebounds, just points and rebounds. I don't think you can go wrong. Personally for me, I'm going to take the over 9.5 rebounds and assists because he has been hitting it well recently, rebounding the ball like crazy. I think he'll hit his rebound and assist line with just his rebounds alone. So give me Christian Wood tonight over 9.5 rebounds and assists. Next up on our slip today, we're going to go with Kristaps Porzingis over 28.5 points and rebounds. We're headed over to the Washington-Detroit game. Now, in his last matchup versus the Pistons, he did have 40 points and rebounds. Took 22 shots in that game. It was also without Bradley Beal and Kyle Kuzma, so he probably won't take 22 shots in this game. But I have a feeling he's still going to put up the same kind of offensive numbers as he did in the last matchup. Also, should dominate the glass like he did in that last matchup as well. The Detroit Pistons just don't have anybody on the roster to guard Kristaps Porzingis. He's 7'3". He's the biggest guy on the floor at all times. Even against his Detroit Pistons team, he's also going to be the biggest guy on the floor. Also, Isaiah Stewart is foul prone. He does commit a lot of fouls, which I have a feeling Kristaps is going to get to the free throw line a lot because Isaiah Stewart does foul a lot. Then once Isaiah Stewart goes to the bench, then in comes a rookie Jalen Duran, which Kristaps Porzingis should be able to cook up a little bit of the rookie. So I have a feeling he's going to have a great night offensively. He should be able to dominate the glass. Like I said, in Detroit, in their past matchups for centers this season, Jalen Smith, I'm sure half you don't even know who Jalen Smith is. He's kind of starting for the Pacers at center right now with a Miles Turner injury. He had 19 and 15 versus this Detroit Pistons team. Not an overly massive center by any means. He just dominated in that game. Mitchell Robinson, not at all on the same kind of level as Kristaps Porzingis is offensively, but he had 8 and 5. And Wendell Carter had 11 and 11. He had 22 points and rebounds. Also not on the same kind of skill level. But when you're looking at someone who kind of has a similar skill level to what the Detroit Pistons have seen so far, Paolo Banchero, when you really think about it, Kristaps and Paolo Banchero, long, lengthy bigs that kind of dribble, shoot, kind of unicornish in their play styles. Paolo had 27 and 9. I have a feeling that's kind of a similar line that what Kristaps Porzingis is going to have tonight. If we can get 27 and 9 from Kristaps tonight, that'd be perfect. It'd be well over in his points and rebounds. So expect Kristaps Porzingis get to the free throw line a lot tonight, dominate the glass, and go well over 28.5 points and rebounds tonight. And our last play of the day is going to be coming from that Wizards game as well. We'll stay within that Wizards-Pistons game. We're going to take Cade Cunningham over 19.5 points here tonight. They've raised his line, even though he really hasn't had that great of a year scoring the basketball up to this point. Did have 22 in that last game, but that was massively carried by the fact they had 4 threes, which is pretty uncommon for Cade Cunningham to hit that many threes in a game. His success last year versus the Wizards, though, was pretty good. In those 3, he had 4 matchups versus the Wizards last year. He had 21, 12, 20, and 22. So in 3 of the 4 games last year, he did go over that 19.5 line versus the Wizards. In those 4 games last year, he was averaging 19 shots per game. So he was shooting the ball a crazy decent amount. Also shooting the ball at 43%, making about 8 of those shots a game. It's been a little bit of a different story this year. In the 3 games he's played this year, shooting well under 45%, well under 43%. In 2 of the games, he shot 37%. He's due to have a really good shooting game. He just hasn't had it yet. In that last game, he did go 4 for 8 from 3, but from the field, shot 42%. He's really not shooting it from the field very well. He's due for a really good shooting game. So give me Cade Cunningham over 19.5 points versus the Wizards today. Wizards also lack perimeter defense. They have no real perimeter defender outside of, you could maybe say Bradley Beal, but even at that, Bradley Beal probably won't be guarding Cade Cunningham. He'll probably be on Sadiq Bey. So give me Cade Cunningham tonight over 19.5 points as our last play of the day. All right, that means tonight's perfect 3 slip is going to be the lock of the day. Christian Wood over 9.5 rebounds and assists. Again, that's what I'm going to personally take. I think you can take any Christian Wood line tonight, and it's going to hit. If you take the over for Christian Wood tonight, Kristaps Porzingis over 28.5 points and rebounds, and then give me Cade Cunningham over 19.5 points for today's perfect 3 slip. Then I've already had some people asking me and messaging me about the Luka Doncic 100x payout booster. If you guys didn't know, this last Sunday, they had the Week 7 Battle Royale, the fantasy draft things that Underdog does. If you joined that, you get the 100x payout booster. So if you didn't join that, sorry about that. But if you did, I already have people asking. You can do a $5 max bet to win $500 on a 5 slip, okay? So my projected 5 slip will be Kristaps Porzingis over 28.5 points and rebounds, Christian Woods 27.5 PRA. I'm going to go with the PRA on this 5 slip. Then I'm going to go Steph Curry over 27.5 points, Trey Mann under 15.5 points, and I'm going to go Luka Doncic over 30.5 points. I don't think this game will be close enough for him to put up a crazy game. But it's so hard to bet against Luka. He only needs 29 minutes to put up 32 points. So I have a feeling Pelicans have a little bit of perimeter defense. They got guys like Herbert Jones, and they got guys like, Jose Alvarado. But Luka Doncic is a different kind of breed, and I can't justifully take the under on him. He had 49 points in his last matchup versus them, but in the other 3 matchups, he did go well under. I'm just gonna go back and forth with it, but I'm most likely I'm probably gonna take Luka Doncic over 30.5. But make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'll throw the final slip. The other 4 guys will be the same. It'll be Kristaps, Christian Wood, Steph Curry, Trey Mann. Those 4 will be the same, but I'm gonna go back and forth with Luka Doncic. So stay tuned for that one. That'll be on Instagram. But that's gonna be today's perfect 3 and 5 slip. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Massive chance today for a massive payout today because of this Luka Doncic 100x payout booster. Like I said, this 5 slip or the payout booster won't go towards my record, and it won't go against my record. So even if I clean sweep it, I won't put it on my record. I'm just throwing that one together because I had that special payout booster. So that won't go either way. That it'll be a normal day with the perfect 3 slip with those 3, and that's what will go towards my record. But with that being said, guys, I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.